So some Ghanaian players were in action matches that were played on Wednesday night in Europe, and we're going to check out their performances in this game. I'm talking about the likes of Mohamed Salisu, Mohamed Kudus, as well as Ghanaian player that is Baba Iddrisu, who unfortunately picked up an injury in our CD Mallorca's game against Atletico Madrid. We want to stick and stay as I bring you up to speed on all that here on Sports Update Ghana. Please do also subscribe, like, share, and don't forget to leave a comment. So let's start from England, where Ghanaian defender Mohamed Salisu was in action for Southampton in their game against Sheffield Wednesday in the match that was played in the EFL Cup, as Southampton were able to win the match by 6-5 on penalty shootout after the game ended 1-1 in regulation time. Mohamed Salisu started the match and was in defense for Southampton, but except that this time he was not used as a number 5 or a number 4 player, but rather he was used on the left back position, and it didn't go down well for the Ghanaian international at all, as he was rated 6.5 for his performance in the game. Then later on in the match, Mohamed Salisu had to be substituted as the game wore on, and was substituted right after the first half. But the good news is that Southampton had progressed to the next round of the EFL Cup after defeating Sheffield Wednesday in that match. Away from Southampton, still in England, well, Ghanaian player that is Jordan Ayew also was in action for Crystal Palace as they lost by 3-2 on penalty shootouts to Newcastle in the EFL Cup. Jordan Ayew started the match and was played as a forward as part of their 4-3-3 system, and played 78 minutes of action in the game and was rated 6.8 for his efforts in the game. Jordan Ayew did not contribute much in the game as he had 39 touches on the ball and had no shot on target. His only shot went off target, but he was substituted after 78 minutes of action in the game. Unfortunately, Jeffrey Schlupp, one of Ghana's players who was rumored to have been dropped from Ghana's squad, was not in action in this particular encounter for Crystal Palace as they lost by 3-2 to Newcastle in the EFL Cup on penalty shootout. Away from England, let's travel all the way to Netherlands, where Ghanaian player Mohamed Kudus was in action for Ajax in their 2-2 draw against Vitesse in the game that was played on Wednesday night. Mohamed Kudus started as a false 9 in the game and was able to create a few chances in the game as he played 59 minutes of action in the game and had a few touches on the ball, up to 18 touches on the ball. But in terms of passing accuracy, Mohamed Kudus had 100% accuracy in terms of passes on the ball. He had 4 shots in the game and only 1 shot was on target. 3 of his shots went off target, and Mohamed Kudus was later on substituted in the game. Well, for Ajax, they were able to score 2 goals, but unfortunately their opponents, Vitesse, were able to pull back in the game to make the game end 2-2. Away from Netherlands, well, in Spain, there were some few matches that were played, and much of the matches of Ghanaian interest was the one that saw our CD Mallorca defeated Atletico Madrid by 1-0 in the match that was played on Wednesday. And guess what? The unfortunate news that we are praying against is what happened. Baba Iddrisu got injured in the game and had to be replaced in the 46th minute in the second half as he was unable to continue the game. Baba Iddrisu got a yellow card in the game in the 26th minute after the side, RCD Mallorca, had gone up by 1-0. Unfortunately, the Ghanaian player got injured and, well, had to be substituted. We don't know the extent of his injury, but he limped off the pitch and went straight into the tunnel. He didn't even sit on the bench. He went straight into the tunnel, and things are not looking good for the Ghanaian international. Wish him speedy recovery as Coach Otuado is expected to name his 26-man squad for the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. And Baba Iddrisu played a key role in Ghana's qualification to the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. Only that Coach Otuado has options when it comes to the midfield, but it will be a delight to have Baba Iddrisu in there after helping Ghana qualify for the tournament. And now, before we go, in the German Bundesliga 2, Ghanaian winger Ransford Yeboah Konex-Dofa was also in action for his club Hamburger as they lost their game to Gefafort by 1-0. Well, the Ghanaian winger Ransford Yeboah Konex-Dofa was used once again as a wing back, and this time he had a torrid spell in defense for his side as he played 90 minutes of action but was rated 5.2 for his performance in the game. Last week, when he played in a similar position, he was able to score a goal on Sunday in the game that was played. Unfortunately, in this particular game, he was unable to get the better side of himself as he made 48 touches on the ball and was unable to get a clear chance in the game. His passing accuracy was 50%, 6 out of 12 passes. That was how much the Ghanaian international was able to contribute to the game, but unfortunately, all his shots were off target, and that is how Ransford Ivoire Connects Dofa performed in this particular game for his side, Hamburger, as they lost by 1 goal to 0 to Getaford. And that is how Ghanaian players performed in the matches that were played on Wednesday night. If you say a word of prayer, say a word of prayer for Baba Iddrisu, who unfortunately picked up and knocked in RCD Mallorca's 1-0 victory over Atletico Madrid. That'll be it for this episode of Sports Updates Ghana. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe, like, share, and don't forget to leave a comment.